And so I'm so excited to be sharing this with you on this week. Again, my name is Rich Wall Street Williams. A little bit about myself. In 2002, I got a real estate sales license. In 2004, my broker was asking me to help her train and coach agents in 2 offices. I then became a national trainer, and I traveled the country from New York to North Carolina, primarily on the East Coast, doing real estate sales, training, coaching, business development. I've helped sales professionals over the past 10 years amass more than $153 million. And the biggest takeaway that I have from all of that, and that is this, that our income and our outcome is greatly determined by who we become. Our income and our outcome is greatly determined by who we become. And with that being said, let's get started. Oh, by the way, let's listen to a little bit more music. One of my favorite songs. I don't own the rights to this music. The name of the group is Panic at the Disco, and the song is called High, High Hope. I love this song. Yes, shooting for the stars. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, awesome. Hope you enjoyed that little jam out. But listen, I'm not going to be on here long. Just really want to walk you through some basic things as it relates to mindset and money. Money has a posture. Money has a behavior. And when we understand the posture, when we understand the behavior of money, I'm telling you, friend, that we can literally be in a position where we can write our own financial future. All of this is anchored to our mindset, our attitude, our behavior, the actions that we decide to take, the performance, the results. All of this is connected to our mindset. And because, again, our income and our outcome is greatly determined by who we become. And who do you want to become as it relates to establishing yourself financially? Who do you want to become? You know, there was a poll done in 2017, a Gallup poll in 2017 of workers in the U.S., and 85% of the workers didn't feel happy or fulfilled at their jobs. They dreaded waking up every day and going to their job. Can you imagine that 85% of the people polled said, I hate going to my job. They hate going to their job. They didn't like the money that they were earning. They didn't like the people that they worked around with. And they definitely felt as though they weren't getting paid what they felt they were worth. You know, how we made money years ago has changed, 30, 40 years ago. And even some cases today, work in factories, blue collar jobs, people work 20 plus years and retired from businesses. That has changed. Today, millions are made from selling apps. Millions are made from having a YouTube channel and followers. The interesting thing about money is in 1971, gold was removed from backing and supporting the US dollar, which means that the Federal Reserve notes, now that Federal Reserve note or money is backed by the full faith and credit of the US government. Now, I don't have to say much about that. And so what are some challenges that you face financially? What are some challenges? Not enough money. I had one person, here's some mindset and phrases that when I hear, it helps me locate where people are as it relates to their money. Some people say that I have more months left than money. Well, that to me, the solution is simple. If you have more months than money, decrease your month and increase your money, right? One person said, I'm living on a fixed income. Well, my goodness, who fixed that income? Last week, I was speaking with a young lady and a woman, and she was closing. She had said that she had like 10 years before she retired. And a few weeks ago, the stock market took about a 1,200 point dip. A 1,200 point dip, and that meant that her 401k went down in value $25,000. Now listen, you don't have to be real smart to figure it out. It took a long time for that $25,000 to be accumulated in her 401k, and literally in one day, it lost value $25,000. So these things affect us. These are challenges. You know, sometimes when this money challenge hits us, we start thinking about our worth. You know, when people are not happy or fulfilled, their confidence is affected. Their self-worth is affected. Their happiness is affected. Their health can even suffer because they're not feeling happy and they're not feeling fulfilled. And unfortunately today, the climate in the US where companies are laying off employees, we're going through some tough times. We're going through some challenging times. But I want to tell you there's another way and we can make things different. And that's simply one way is simply by shifting our mindset about money. So with that being said, and this is where I'm going to leave our brief conversation today. This is part of a series, Money Talk with Rich. Here's where I'm going to leave it today. And that is that we need to get on the right side of money. The reason why there are challenges and people are dreading going to their job and people are feeling as though they're not getting paid what they want and businesses are laying off employees and companies are closing is because we're finding ourselves on the wrong side of money. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm sure you've heard of him. If you haven't, just Google Rich Dad, Poor Dad and you'll find him. He talked about the cash flow. There are 4 ways that cash flows in the US. 60% of the population in the US, they work for someone else. 35% work for themselves. The people who work for someone else, they're trading time for money. The people that work for themselves, they bought a job. Because when you're self-employed, and I'm self-employed, right? And if I don't work, I don't get paid. And then the 2 other groups in the US, 1% are investors, and then 4% are business owners. As a business owner, you have systems in place, you have models in place, you have people that you hire that are doing the work for you, they're helping you move towards your vision, your dreams, your goals. Your business owner. 95% of the population make only 5% of the market, whereas 5% of the market, the investors and business owners, they're 5%. They make up 95% of the entire market. Let me put it to you differently. Let's pretend that 95%, let's pretend there are 95 people and I have $100 to give to 100 people. And room number 1, there's 95 people. And those 95 people, unfortunately, they have to share $5. So I walk into the room with 95 people and I throw 5 $1 bills into the air. The 95 people are now competing hard to get a slice of $5. And Robert Kiyosaki called that the rat race. I go into room number 2. Room number 2, there are 5 people. I have $95. I throw 95 $1 bills into the air. And you know, the 5% don't have to work real hard to gather the money. So the 5% or the 5 people that are collecting $95, they are in a pretty strong position to get more than $1 or $2 or $3 per person. Am I right? See, this is why we need to be on the right side of money, which is why I decided to have Money Talks on this week. I personally have invested in businesses. I'm in real estate. I have a Maryland real estate license. I have a DC license. This is not about hiring me as your realtor. What this is about is you got to think differently about money. Understand this, money is an employee. Money never takes a sick day. Money will never take a vacation. Money will work overtime, and money will work 7 days a week if we employ it to do so. And so this week, I am going to show you how to employ your money so that your money begins to work for you. Robert Kiyosaki talked a little bit about passive income. And one of the things that he said about passive income, which is my personal mission, is to have my passive income to exceed my monthly expenses. To have my passive income exceed my monthly expenses. And that's where we're going. And that's the goal. And that's what we're looking to accomplish. And that's why I'm on this mission to have these money talk, because too many people are putting their end all, their be all into a job, and that job isn't supporting them on the level that they want to be supported. And listen, your job, my job, our job, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, that job is not designed to maintain and support you long term.